I want to introduce Jimmy this way. Jimmy, I was in a coaching call for Next Level yesterday, and one of the students, they asked what they thought of the event, and one of the students looked at me and he said, Jim Reed owned those 2 days. And I said, what do you mean by that? They said there was no ifs, ands, or buts who the leader of this program is. He made it extremely clear where this program was going. And it is very clear that we are going to be doing lenders and realtors moving forward. So, Jimmy, we asked you to be here for today's mastermind to basically go over Dallas, which was such an incredible event, and kind of give us the next hour of your feelings on the event. So, guys, without further notice, our head coach of Next Level Coaching, Jimmy Reed.
Thank you, brother. I just do not disturb my phone. Wow, I don't know if I want to be like framed. I'd rather have it where I see everybody. Becca, can you do that? Like, I don't know if she's going to do it or not. Okay.
I might be able to do that, Jimmy. Let me see if
Yeah,
I
I just
can.
want to be able to see more people because I want to call on people. Can you do that?
Yeah, you gotta do on yours.
Oh, how do I do it?
Yeah, I spotlighted you for everybody.
Yeah, how do I do that?
Go to view
Where do we go to view?
and then gallery.
Gallery? Yeah,
There you go.
that's better.
Okay.
I want to see all of you. You all see each other. Y'all got to turn on your cameras now. Otherwise, I'm going to think y'all in your jammies not working. Y'all know there ain't no home loans at your house, right? There ain't no loans at your house. There ain't no realtors at your house. There ain't no past clients at your house. Y'all got to get dressed and go to work. Wow, some of them are doing it, some of them aren't. So I don't know how could I measure like how many of these people were at the event? Raise their hands. Yeah, raise your hands if you're at the event. That's a bunch of people. Let me see. The other screen is all people not turning on their cameras. Come on, Oscar, turn on your camera. All right, thank you. You put your hands down. All right, so here's the purpose of this like mastermind. We just got off an event and I want to go over it and I want to talk about your lists and I want to help you guys with your lists. So on my coaching calls yesterday, do you think everybody had their lists completed? No, they didn't have their list completed. Like, I think that we think that it's way more work than it is to make the list. It doesn't take very long. People think they got to go review all their notes and all their stuff. I'm going to tell you what happens after events. Marcy, is that you? What are you doing, girl? Hi. Marcy used to run our appraisal department, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Like 20 years ago.
Not that long ago.
Well, I mean, that's when you started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's crazy.
I started
Gosh, I've been doing it for-
after the '08 crash when
Wow,
appraisal
good
really
job.
changed. So
Great.
yeah.
So we go out to this event, we cram a day and a half in of learning, and you're supposed to come up with a list of 5 things you'll do for sure, maximum of 10. Here's what happens to most people. When they come back, how do they feel?
Great.
Somebody else. How did you feel, Brian?
Where do I start?
Just like, how did you feel when you got home?
I felt great, but kind of overwhelmed a little bit.
I felt like I had a bunch of stuff I wanted to do, and I was thinking about the projects I wanted to do, and I was thinking about how the event went, and I was thinking about things I was going to accomplish, and I wasn't really focused on leads very much, and I wasn't really focused on calling people very much for the first few days. Anybody else like that?
Yep.
And then all of a sudden realized that I hadn't called a lead, so then I had to focus on leads, so then I kind of switched pretty quick into getting back to work and doing business and doing deals. Anybody else have that happen? And then that was the end of the first week. And then the second one went by really, really quick. And then I didn't have my list done yet. That happened to anybody else? Yeah. So then one more week goes by and I don't get my list done. And then it never gets done. Like, I don't want those events to be motivating. Like, you might have got motivated from it, but that's not what I want from them. What do you guys think I want from them? I'm gonna call on people. Robin.
Learn and take action.
Oh, I'm more simple-minded than that. Y'all got me pegged wrong. Robin, what do you think I want people to get from that event?
To get more lead, make more calls.
To get more leads. You said it right the first time. Really, what I want you to get from that event is to get more leads. Like, when you're looking at your list, it has to be things that get you more leads. Like, You got to believe me and trust me. It doesn't matter. The variance of closing rate is not very big. When there's not enough business, what do people want to focus on? Getting more or conversion?
Getting more.
No. They want to focus on conversion. But what should they focus on?
Getting more.
They should focus on getting more, right? Because no matter how great I've seen salespeople be, the conversion rate is about 20 to 22%. Like I've never seen it be 50. I've seen it be 10, but that's usually advertising leads. So like what I want people to get from those events is tactics to get more money, to get more deals, to save more money and pay off debt, like to improve your life, to make things easier. So this whole call is about implementing stuff. I'd rather you pick one thing and implement it than 5 things and dream about it. And I want to give you an example of what not to say. You ready? I'm going to do a better job. That's not what's on your list, right? I'm going to be better at my presentation. That's not what's on your list. What's on your list is something that's specific, it's super measurable, and it's achievable. And I want to give you 2 examples, and then I'm going to go around and call on people, and I want you to share what's on your list. Now, I got to ask for permission for something from all of you. When you tell me what it is, I'm going to make it better for you. But you can't get your feelings hurt. I'm going to make it better so it will happen. Like, I'm doing these coaching interviews for people who want to be on our program, and I'm like, hey, you're making 100 grand right now. How much do you want to make in 2 years? And they say 500,000. I would be super happy if they do that, but is it likely? 20% growth a year is a lot, right? Like, and if you can do 20% growth 3 or 4 or 5 years in a row, you'll wake up and your whole life will be different. But what stops us is the instant gratification desire that I have deeply. Todd doesn't have it. I don't know what it is about that guy, but he's willing to wait. He's willing to put in work for 10 years and then be gratified. I want like 10 minutes. And I think that's most of us. So what we want to give you is a play, the run, and help you make sure you run it. But I promise you it works. So for those of you who were at the event, I want you to get your list out. For those of you who weren't, what this is a chance for you to make your list. You're going to listen to other people who spent the time to go out. And then if you hear something that you think you should copy, you get to make a list of things to work on for the next 6 months in coaching. And then I want you to give your list to who? Tell them, Jonas, because they ain't going to answer.
To my coach.
Yes, whoever's coaching you, give them your list. And every 2 weeks, they look at your list and then make sure you're doing what you said you wanted to do. That's how you don't get distracted. So I'm going to give you one more thought before I start going through these lists. I want to work on your mindset for just a minute, right? So who knows what the Golden Gate Bridge looks like? Cool. Golden Gate Bridge has 2 peaks, right? Super low on the ends, has 2 peaks and a little sag in the middle. Does that make sense? That's your business. The peaks are right now and September. The low parts are January and December. We just finished the peak, so we're in the summer slump. Does anybody feel leads going down? Why is that? Bogdan, why are leads down in the summer? You look very professional, Bogdan. I'm very impressed.
Thank you. People are going on vacation.
Yeah. Like my house is a disaster. Graduations, going here, going there, got to go buy a present late at night for some party tomorrow. I don't even know the kid. Like, am I thinking about buying a house or getting pre-approved? No. But they will again right after school goes back, and it'll be a flurry until the end of the year. So that's the market. But as an individual, do you have to follow the market? No, you can out hustle the market. So when you have to hustle starts when for the summer? Right now, like old school. like going to open houses, if you're a realtor actually holding open houses, working your database. Like we need to focus on tactics that get us more leads. I loved all the AI, but only if it gets me more what? Leads. Right? If it can save me a little time so I can get some more leads, okay, but I'd rather use it to actually get me the leads. So we can talk about that a little bit. So when you get it done, oh, she's yawning. Haley, Terrell, what you yawning at, girl? You gotta frame it and put it on your wall. I have annual goals and quarterly goals. If we get these done, I hang them on all my leaders' walls. So what I'm teaching you is what I do. I'm not faking it. Once you get your list, you have to type it up really pretty, make it take the whole page, put it in a frame, and hang it where you notice it every day. Like the way the brain works is it sees it even though you didn't see it. You guys know that? And it will help you stay focused on it. If it's in a book and you don't talk about it or you don't write it down, it ain't gonna happen. All right. Jason, you get to go first. I want to know one thing. Oh, he's got to go unmute himself. Are you guys in a hallway or a tunnel? What are you guys doing?
This is my office, brother.
That's your office? It looks
Yeah,
like
bro, we're broke up here in Centralia, Washington, all
I
right?
don't know about that. I don't
Got
believe that. How many loans are you doing this month?
10.
10. When's it going to be 15?
Potentially next month.
Good.
Hopefully by July.
How many realtors currently refer you on a regular basis? Guesstimate. I'm not going to hold you to it.
Say 12 to
So
15.
12. And how many loans have you averaged this year per month?
5
Closings?
per month, yeah.
So
In the
5
first
times
month of
5,
the
you're
year.
at 20, you're at 30 loans this year?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so if he has 12 realtors and he averages 5 closings, that means you get about 0.4 closings per month per realtor. You guys get how the math works? It used to be 0.75. I'm just telling you what you got to do to hit your numbers. And I'll talk to realtors about their math in a minute. So it used to be 0.75. So now you need way more referral partners as a loan officer than you used to. So 15 divided by 0.4, someone with a calculator do it. I'll do it. Before you tell me your thing, I'm trying to redirect you. How many realtors does he need?
Or like 30.
37. So he's got to double his realtors. So I'm ready. Let's hear your tactic.
My tactic that I will do for sure,
Sure.
implementing quarterly events for past clients.
So you're going to start doing quarterly events for past clients,
Yes.
like parties?
Yep. Bowling, movies, happy hours, poker event.
Sweet. So that's a good one. Here's how I'm going to make it better. I want you to do a marketing calendar with dates and topics for each of your quarterly events and plug them in as recurring events with no end dates in your calendar.
Okay.
What's the first step to holding a client appreciation party?
Picking a date.
Pick a date. What do most people do as their first step?
Plan the party.
Yeah, they worry about planning the party or creating the list. And then does the party ever happen?
Nope.
So what's your first quarter party?
Well, first quarter's already over.
What's it going to be next year?
What's it gonna be? Easter event.
Like what? You're going to do an Easter egg hunt?
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Cool. So you're going to do an Easter egg hunt. What's your second quarter party? Like we're deciding right now.
I don't want to decide right now.
Yeah, but I'm going to make you. Can you always change it?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. So first quarter is Easter egg hunt. What's second quarter?
It's too close to do Cinco de Mayo after Easter, isn't it? Cinco de Mayo could be one.
You could do a late Cinco de Mayo. Wouldn't bother me. What's your third quarter? They can help. If that's your team back there, they can help.
This is realtors here. I don't know.
Oh, they could definitely help. They're way better at this than us.
Yeah, happy hour.
Yeah, but for realtors versus past clients.
Oh.
So it's all the same. You invite everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just do a giant
realtors
happy
that are
hour.
listening, hey, the realtors are listening could do the same exact thing for their database, could they? Not? Like, the most important thing about these kind of events is picking the topic and the date. That's the most important thing. So third quarter is Oktoberfest?
That'd be fourth quarter. I think maybe we do, like, I like the back to school idea, maybe like end of summer bash, happy hour, giant barbecue.
You could do a movie theater back to summer, you could
Oh, there
do
we go.
whatever you want. You could do bowling night back to summer, so back to school, you could do that. What would be the last one?
A pie event,
What's that?
a pie event. We do a pie
Oh, pie
event.
event for the holidays.
Mhm.
Sweet. So those are your 4 events.
Okay.
So here's why that works for getting more leads. He's got to email people and invite them. He's got to call people and invite them. He's got to text people. He's got to confirm they're coming or not. Does it matter if they come? It doesn't. I mean, it's nice if they do. Here's what I did to get over this. You guys are not doing client events. Most of you are not doing it. I didn't do it forever because I was afraid that no one would show up. I was afraid none of you would show up today. I'm always afraid no one's going to show up. Anybody else share that fear? Anybody ever had it happen where you had a party and only a few people showed up and you were embarrassed? I have. Right. So here's how I fix it. I invite my family. I invite my friends. I invite my neighbors. Other people don't know that those are my family. They think they're past clients. So at least there's some people in the room. I invite all the businesses around. I invite anybody I can think of. So that is excellent. That's an activity that gives you a reason to call. It gives you an opportunity to visit, and you're giving, not taking. Like, I want to be a giver. I want to be known as a giver. I think that's more attractive. Sweet. All right. Someone else want to tell me what they picked on their list? Everybody's scared now. Oh, Bogdan, thank you. What's on your list?
Great. I'm not very good at filling the greatness tracker. So starting next week, I'm gonna have it printed and fill it up.
So you're talking about what Lacey shared with us on the big stage? I
Yep.
love that. Like, for me, I did it. I fill out my greatness tracker the morning after with my team because then it helps me focus on if I met my goals the day before. But I can't get anybody else to do it that way. I loved Lacey's idea better. Monday morning, she fills it out for the week. Any appointments that are face-to-face, anything she's got scheduled out, she fills it out and looks at it. And then if it looks like, what does she do?
Fills it up.
How?
Make calls.
Yeah, so if she needs more appointments, is she gonna cold call or call realtors that she already knows that are gonna say yes?
The latter.
Yeah, and if you're a realtor and you're trying to fill it up, are you gonna call people you don't know at hospitals you don't know, or are you gonna call your VIPs? Your VIPs, and then you ask them to invite someone to go with you. Like, if you guys aren't doing this, you're missing it. So a buddy introduction is the best way to add more realtors to your game. And a lot of us think, what? If I'm a realtor, am I going to ask my vendors to bring one of their friends? It feels weird and awkward, right? But they're all business people. Business people want to network. And it's more fun with more people. If you can get them to like you and feel like they know you, will they trust you? Like, you guys are playing a game where we've got to have tactics where we go deep with 10 to 20 referral partners. A realtor needs to have some business owners. They need to have a VIP list. They need to have 10 to 20 people who refer them pretty regularly. And then we all need to go really wide. We need to go wide with referral partners and wide with our database. So we go deep and we go wide at the same time because deals are harder to find. It used to be that you could have if you were a realtor, you could have a really tight VIP list and a database, and that you could live off of it. But now 75% of that database has 2.75% interest rate, and they're not moving. So now you're getting less deals from the database because you're getting their referrals. That's why we do client parties. Those are excellent. The first two are excellent ideas. All right, who else wants to tell me what they got? Come on. Yes, clock.
I'm meeting with 15 people face to face every week.
Oh, that's a big one.
Started last week.
Nice. Do you meet all your borrowers in person?
Yes, sir.
That definitely counts. If you're a realtor, do you pre-meet all your listings and pre-meet all your borrowers? Does all count. Do you stop by their house and give an update? That counts. If you're a loan officer and you stop by a real estate office to drop off an approval, does that count? Yep, that counts. We got to be more creative in how we get more face-to-faces. Like, what do you think lending in real estate will look like in 2 years with AI? What will be different?
There's going to be a lot more face to face because people will be reluctant of what they see online.
Okay. Who else?
Personal touch is gonna be huge because if you can do so much with AI and people feel it's AI, it's better if they know that it came straight from you.
Okay, I like that. What else? What will be a super even playing field with AI is fulfillment. Process. It will get more automated and more predictable, and closing on time will be everybody. Having if you're a realtor, having a smooth process for escrow, everybody. So what will separate people? Who will survive? What skills do you need to have to survive that?
The relationship.
Yes, they cannot replace relationships. Relationships are what will survive it. People who have sales skills. What you guys got to work on is your sales skills. Like, you got to use ChatGPT for learning sales skills. You got to listen to podcasts. You got to read books. You got to know how to overcome objections. You got to be face to face. You got to be highly active and highly visible. When people see you online a lot, they think that you're great, even when you're not. Perception is reality. If you're everywhere, you're everywhere. And they'll take the meeting. Like, you guys got to work on your sales skills with these tactics. You guys got to work on getting more leads. That doesn't mean bang the phone and cold call people you don't know with some crazy one-liner that makes everybody love you. That's not what I'm saying. It's not what I teach. I don't do it. I think I've cold called like twice in 25 years. The only cold call I do is walk into an office where I don't know people or walk into an open house I don't know the realtor. That cold call I do. But the phone cold call, I don't really do a lot of it. I do buddy introductions, Tuesday updates, and I go visit the same offices over and over and over again until I wear them out and they gotta like me. I just wear them out. I just don't give up. You know, it's attractive to not give up. At first, they're kind of like, yeah, he's a little edgy. But then like 8 months later, I'm still showing up. Can they depend on me? I say, I'll see you next week. And then I show up. I'm keeping my promises. What do most salespeople do? They put it on their list to do milk routes. They create a milk route. They go see it one time and no one's there. And they never go again. Thank God. That means your competition is weak. I guarantee you, if you go to the same real estate office every week for 9 months, you'll own it. You'll own it. If you're a realtor and you go visit the hospital directors regularly, you'll own it. And you'll get referrals from the HR director at the hospital, the recruiter, for doctors that are coming to town. 2 of my best agents, that's what they do. All right, let's hear another one. Look at my other screen so I can pick on somebody. Come on. Julie, what do you got?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Hi. Let me pull out my list here. I think Bill Jasek already was kind of talking about it. The big one was like planning a summertime client event, like you guys have been talking about. So I'm working on that.
Do you have a good office?
Say that one more time.
Like, is your office presentable? Like, do you have an
Um,
office? Is it
It
nice?
is, but not for that. It's just a little bit too small. So we're gonna go somewhere.
Oh, where are you gonna go?
There's a place like called South 40 I'm interested in that has like arcade games and food, and there's a bar if like parents want to go and actually get a drink. And
Wow.
yeah, so I'm probably gonna do something like that that's like family friendly, but then they can go, like Chris said in his presentation at the event, like they can go buy a drink if they want to drink, but we'll get food and arcade games and things like that.
Wow. What's your budget?
I don't know yet. That's what I'm figuring out. I literally have an email in my inbox with options, so I'm reviewing it.
What's your gut say you're willing to spend on this?
I don't know, maybe like 500 to 1,000 or so.
So if you got one loan from it, how much could you, and you just wanted to break even, if you got
Oh,
one
maybe.
loan, how much could you spend?
Oh, I mean, we could spend, upwards of 4,000.
So if you and your partner got one loan each and you just wanted to break even on the event, you could spend up to $4,000.
Yeah, that's true. We could spend more. I'm doing it for the whole office too. So really
Yeah.
everyone's going to get a bunch of referrals.
Yeah, so if you had your realtors pitch, your loan officers that work for you pitch in so that they have skin in the game, and you up the budget a little bit and you just had to get one loan to break even, would that be acceptable?
Yes, that would be totally acceptable.
Do you think that you would get more than one loan by inviting all them people?
Oh, yes, for sure.
Do you see how I think, you guys?
Mm-hmm.
You guys got to think like that. We're thinking, oh, I don't want to spend too much money because what if it doesn't work, and what if it, hey, listen, I'm not telling you to spend 10 grand on it, but the budget's got to be something you're proud of, right?
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah,
And
I
I'm
need
not
to
saying to
look at what
spend
the
$4,000.
food budget
I'm not
and
saying
everything's
that.
going to
I don't know,
be.
maybe it's $2,000 or 2,500 or something.
Yeah.
But like, that's the kind of stuff you guys got to think about. I like to do them at my office. If my office is presentable, I invite all my realtor partners, all my business partners, all my database. Like 5,000 people. Guess how many people show up? Between 100 and 300, depending on the weather. 4 to 7. They walk through, they hang out, they leave, and we just sit there and chitty chat. Like, anything will work. I do that, and I do movie theater events because those are not very expensive, and you don't got to talk very much. And guess what? After the movie starts, you get to leave. No one hangs out after the movie, so you get to just hang out before, say a little speech before the movie starts, and then you can leave if you don't want to watch the movie. All right, let's hear something else for getting leads from the event. I haven't heard anything about AI really. I haven't heard anything about Tuesday updates.
So some of the things that I'm taking away from the class, really leaning into client events, but also the birthday club. I sent out a bunch of videos just of my face instead of a text, hey, happy birthday. Get on there, shoot a quick little video. And I'm trying to do that so I can get easier into YouTube videos and stuff like that. So I'm starting real small, building some confidence, and then I'm going to take it to the next level with huge.
Bradley killed it on database. For you guys that were there, I was so mad at myself when I listened to him talk. He does how many touches in a year?
400, a lot.
No, it was like 74 or something.
75.
How many was it? 75. So I would overwhelm me. I'm sitting in the audience listening to him. I'm like, I can't do what he does. I couldn't do what he does. He's prancing around the stage. You know he's doing everything he says he's doing. There was conviction. I couldn't do all that. I couldn't do all that. So I had to break it down. It was 1.5 touches a week. I could do that. I could do 1.5 touches a week. Then it seemed manageable to me. And then he said he has a schedule, like a marketing calendar, what he does on what weeks. And then he plugs them in and he just follows the process. But how many of us have neglected our database for the last 3 years? Raise your hand. Why? We're so silly. They already used us once and they know us. We have referral partners who sent them that we can thank them again when they use us again. Especially the realtors. Like when you get divorced or when you buy a house, how do you pick your realtor? You think of the last person you knew who used one and you ask them if they like them. Right? Unless your realtor is doing what Bradley does, like all of us should copy what he does exactly. Don't tweak it. You got a male, to your database regularly. You got to call your database regularly, and you have to have visit techniques with your database at least 2 times a year. 4 times a year sounds great, but no less than 2. I like that. What do you have, Lauren?
That I got from the event?
Yeah.
Yeah. 10 things I will do for sure.
Whoa, let's hear them all. I'm very excited.
Oh, well, I have 5. So would you
Okay,
like
let's do 5.
Okay. Plug in my brand voice into Chat GPT. I needed to ask how to do it, so I got instruction on that. So that'll be done by 6/8.
Hold on a second. You guys know you could just ask GPT, how do I do my brand voice? And it'll tell you, right? If you guys ain't using it, get the $20 version and use it and do deep dives. It's ridiculous. Go ahead.
Print weekly calendar on Monday and fill out my greatness tracker ahead of time so I know what I need to fill in.
Wow.
Quarterly letter of the heart starting 7/1.
When's the last time you did a letter from the heart?
When you were my coach, which was the beginning of last year.
Cool. Most of us, so many of us do something once and then don't put it into a process.
Yeah.
Like, we got to stop that, you guys. If it works, do it over and over again. Like, good business is boring. That's excellent. Keep going.
1 coffee a week with a past client or VIP on Fridays starting 6/2, because that's the Monday, the week of 6/2.
How will you get that meeting?
By starting with my top 50 favorite past clients or VIP list and just starting going down the list.
You gonna call them or your loan partner gonna call them?
I'm gonna call them. They're
Perfect.
VIPs.
When are you gonna call
Probably Monday.
them? Okay, cool. Do you
Yeah.
see the detail I made her pick?
Monday to make sure I can set it for that
It
Friday.
makes it more likely it's gonna happen. Keep going.
Revamp happy hour. We are to change it. It's taste the city you sell in. And so we will be going to different happy hour. This is Chris Clock's version or his speech. We need to revamp our happy hours because they're a little stale. So we will be tasting the city you sell in and going to different locations every single month, starting in September.
Okay, I don't really know what that is, but it sounds really sexy.
We
So
host
you're
a
gonna-
monthly happy hour at the same location. The same people show up, and
Yes.
it
Got
doesn't
it.
add much value.
Yeah, like if you're doing a leverage event or a happy hour and you invite the same people to the same location all the time, who shows up?
The same people.
And what kind of producers are they usually?
I've got some good ones.
Like, mix it up. I like that.
Do vision board with my team on 6/8. That's the same day that we're doing our brand voice in ChatGPT.
Could you do vision board? Like if you're a realtor or a lender, could you do vision board with your database?
Well, it's your Fantastic Five Fantastic Five vision that we're filling in from
that's
your
different
class.
vision.
So we're doing that together on 6/8 when we meet to do our brand voice.
Okay, but I'm asking you a question as you have a softer like side than I do. So I'm asking you, could I do a leveraged event at my office and invite my past clients and do a vision board? Like get a bunch of magazines and scissors and cardboard and glue sticks and all that stuff. Because I do it with my sons every January. And why don't I invite everybody?
I think there is a loan officer at Summit that does that.
Like my point in bringing that up is, does it matter what your event is? If you're excited about it, do it.
Mhm.
Oh, keep going.
Those were my 5.
Oh,
I had 5.
okay. 5. All right. Anybody else? Let's hear it. Like I'm trying to give you people a lot of ideas so you should be right now. Actually, before we go to the next questions, I want Rebecca to share her screen really quick. So I got this from Lacey. I don't know if Lacey's on. I asked her for permission to use it. She said, okay. And Rebecca's hopefully there it is. So we're sending this all to you. So this is her top. She fills out this form from her events. So it's a minimum of 5, a maximum of 10. So the column 1 is the description of what she's going to do, who's going to do it if she has a team to delegate it to, when it's due by, if it's completed or not, and what the follow-up is. So that's a really fancy way of doing it. And you could fill that all out and frame it and put it somewhere where you can see it. Or you can do it like this and frame it and put it somewhere you can see it. Hers is really good if you have people to delegate to. Like, I really like it. So we're sending this to you guys so you can use it. Okay, thank you for sharing that. You can unshare it. Was there something in the chat, Jonas?
No, Courtney Garcia just said she really loved that form. And Brandy Knight said she's done the vision board parties and people really do love them.
It's a little uncomfortable. Like, I feel a little weird about it. You guys feel weird about that kind of stuff? What I've learned in my career is the more uncomfortable I am about it, the more successful it is. That's what I've really learned. All right, Cleo, what do you got?
Oh, I stopped mailing to my database, which was I could count on a deal or two or three back in the day when I did it every time, 600 people. And I'm going to tighten up my list. It'll take time, but I'm going to do that.
What are you going to mail?
Back to basics and EO evidence of success and a letter from the heart.
Going to rotate or you're going to do quarterly letters?
Rotate.
Rotate. And then you're gonna
Success
tighten
stories
up.
is what I really want to share.
So give me an example of a loan you closed last month and what it would sound like as a success story.
Last month, I helped a single mom who had lost her husband a few years ago, and she's been through some really hard times. I'm giving you kind of like what it would say, and I would probably start with what keeps me passionate and keeps me fulfilled personally in doing what I do and why I love what I do. These situations really lift me up and it gives me purpose. And then I'll talk about how the kids had already picked out their rooms and she couldn't bring it to her. She couldn't tell them that she'd gotten denied by a lender. And she was in my office twice and cried twice. And when we finally closed the loan and I congratulated her when it funded, I sobbed uncontrollably for 15 minutes and she was consoling me. It's a true story.
So you put that into ChatGPT and tell it to make it a certain length?
Yeah.
Like a success, like that evidence of success is like last week I got referred a new client who had been turned down by 3 other lenders, a single mom who thought she could never buy a house by herself. She was so scared she wouldn't even share with her kids that she was in contract. When it closed, I thought she'd be crying, but I was the one who cried for 15 minutes. If you know anybody like this, call me. I can help them. That's an EOS. It's short. It tells a story how you help somebody. You don't have to make them up. Every deal you close, whether you're a realtor or a lender, is a success story. And every deal you close, you could write a short blurb about. You don't have to fib and be uncomfortable. Tell the truth. That's remarkable. That's amazing. And it's going to make people see how you could help them. So now he mails that to his database and they read it real quick before they throw it in the trash. And one of their friends is a single mom who wants a house but doesn't think she could qualify. What would happen next?
Call this guy.
Do you get it? But if you don't stay in touch and you stay away, guess who's going to do the loan? Somebody else. If you're a realtor and you think just because you did such a great job, they're going to remember you, they're not.
One thing you can do as well is a call to action. At some point in the letter, you can also say, please if you know someone like this, please get permission from them and allow me to call them.
Yes. Anybody you refer gets a free pre-call, no charge. It's a call to action. Everybody smiling like, well, all pre-calls are free. You guys, no one knows that. All right, let me get 1 or 2 more from someone who came. Jonas, you got one?
I do. I need to be in communication with 80% of the listing agents to work on my deals.
Okay. How are you going to do that?
So the big thing that I started doing is every contract I get in, before my team communicates, I am personally calling the buyers and the listing agent. And my statement to them is, are you tired of lenders calling and asking you for coffee? 90% of the time they'd say, yes, Jonas, I'd turn you down. I'm like, wonderful. I don't want coffee with you. I want to have a celebratory lunch when we close. When I close on time, when I communicate with you with Tuesday updates, I want to celebrate this closing. And so far, so good. I have had 100% yeses.
Did you do up a script?
Did I? No, sir. It's coming right off the cuff.
So I want to give you guys some advice. The definition of a system is it must be in writing. It must happen 80% of the time or more. And it must be inspected quarterly to make sure you're doing it. So like, if you wanted to make this a system, you'd put it in writing, you'd save it on your desktop, you'd click it when you called the realtor, and you'd follow the bullet points so you didn't miss anything.
Okay.
And then you'd let ChatGPT record it and do a summary and post it to the conversation log so everybody knew what you had done. So one of the things I have on my list is I have ChatGPT record every meeting I do right from now on and send a summary of the delegation that happened on the meeting and email it to everybody. So what happens if you did that with your borrowers when you have a tough phone call, right? And you want to make sure they got the message. I mean, how many times have you said someone had a client who's upset during the transaction say, but you said, and you didn't say that. What happened is y'all miscommunicated, right? And then what do they do after they tell you what you did wrong? Who do they call? The realtor, right? And they tell the realtor that you're not really that great. And then who's the realtor call next? Do you guys do loans? The realtor calls you and tells you what you did wrong, right? And really what you did wrong is you weren't that great at communication. All you got to do is get better at communication and everybody be happy. Let's hear one or two more and then I'll take some questions and we'll wrap up. Anybody else got a good one from their list? Oscar, what do you got?
For me was win the week, not necessarily getting the lead, but just printing my calendar now. Mark's class, that was impactful for me. I gone away from printing my calendar and every day in the morning and sticking to that schedule and being diligent with my time. It definitely had a conversation. Exactly.
Everybody got their calendar printed? Let's see it. There we go. Excellent. I like that. Any more?
That and branding, AI, branding my AI, which I already started and I've been implementing it. And
After you brand it, what's the reason that you do the branding in AI? Do you guys remember?
so it knows what the message we want, the tone.
So it sounds like you. And then
Yeah.
what do you use it for? What are you going to use it for?
I'm working on trying to I'm with Janae. Janae's my coach, and she was teaching me yesterday custom GPT, taking a file and having it recap an appointment with the client, sending them out to the listing agent, to the buyer's agent.
For both real estate agents and for loan officers. Imagine this, you ask permission and record your consultation. And then you use ChatGPT to summarize it and you send it to them afterwards, plus everybody who's going to touch your transaction, your escrow coordinator, all that stuff. How's that communication? The number one complaint in the mortgage business is, I told someone that already. I gave someone that already. Number two complaint is, the loan officer is hard to reach and won't call me back. So you have to fix both those things in your process for people to refer you more. I didn't hear anybody going to open houses. I didn't hear anybody creating a milk route and going to see 5 offices a week. I didn't hear anybody going to go call on 10 builders a week. I didn't hear anybody getting out of the office. So I'm encouraging you to add those to your list. Yes, Courtney, I think you raised your hand. Or maybe not. I don't know. You did.
Sorry, my mouse wasn't cooperating with me.
Okay.
So this is what I put this together and then you get lax, you don't work on it. So my commitment after 10X was I'm going to commit to the stuff that I put in action. What I started is every event that we do, we connect it with a pay it forward. So it's a pay it forward initiative. So every time we do an event, we pick an organization that will help benefit from that event. So I do monthly happy hours. Actually, tonight's my happy hour. And we pick an organization that needs help. We gather raffle prizes. We raffle off the raffle prizes. We invite our whole entire database. And then we invite that organization to the event as well and donate. So tonight it's one of our local high schools. It's their Marines like the young Marines, their
Yeah,
ROTC program,
ROTC, yeah.
they want to go to a rifle competition this summer and they need funds. So we're hoping to raise $1,500. So we put that out, we post the videos, we invite our database. I just go, and then because it's summertime and summertime here is super slow, I went out and I gathered, I said, don't give me baskets, everybody, give me gift cards to your establishment so we can help bring business into your establishment during the summer. So I'm doing kind of like a three in one deal out of one event. So my commitment was I've already started these. I'm going to just 10x it.
Yeah. So that's brilliant. You know what I find is real estate agents are much better at that than lenders. They usually are. I don't know why, but they are. But if you
Yeah.
add that into your events, first of all, people are more likely to come, but second of all, you can promote it before and after.
Right.
When
And then
you
I
talk-
promote the next one at the current one saying, hey, this is who next month we're the VA retirement home here. They want a 4th of July party, but they have no money for the budget. So our June event is to raise money for them to have a 4th of July party.
Is that a relationship activity, y'all? Like she's bonding with vets, not? I mean, if you're a vet and you saw her social media and you're her past client and you saw she's given to vets, would you be happy?
We did this last year. So I started it, we're now at a 1 year. But again, every time I'm like, oh my goodness, we have our event. We haven't been focusing on it. So I'm 10xing it. So we actually, on that one, we actually have the home bring a van full of the vets with them. And then anybody in the room that is active retired military or a first responder gets a drink ticket on me. So they get one drink. And then the bar that I have it at, he's a past client of mine that owns the bar. And he lets me do whatever I want every month.
Yeah, so check this out. Imagine if she does that and she has 100 followers on social media. That'd be cool. Imagine if she did that and she had 10,000 followers on social media.
Sorry, my grandson just walked in.
It's all right, but imagine the difference in the results for her business. Like you guys got to copy Janae and how she's using social media, and you got to put some more face-to-faces on your lists. I did not hear enough.
And then for AI, like today we were putting together raffle baskets, and I said I want something really cool to tag on the raffle basket, then help them follow us. So I just got on my chat GPT. I have the 21, told it everything that I want this little tag to say, and it created a tag. So once I have it all done, I'll put it in the chat too.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I just think that you guys got to go way wider and you got to get more face-to-faces on your lists. I don't hear anybody stopping by open houses. So, like, open houses are busy right now. I don't want you to work open houses with all day long. If you're a real estate agent, I would do open houses for a limited time. I would do them one on Thursday night and one on Sunday after church for an hour and a half. Limited amount of time, bunch of people get in there or they don't, and you move on. I wouldn't stay in open house for 4 hours. I wouldn't do it. Like, make sure it's a limited amount of times. People who really want to see the house will make time, and only people who are serious will show up. Right? But the more people that you invite in the shorter amount of time that you spend, it's better. That's when you go wide. When you go deep, you got to spend more time with less people. All right. I want to see everybody turn in their list of 5 to 10 things to their coach. And I want them to be specific, measurable, and obtainable. And I want to have a date by them when they're going to get done. I will settle for 3. But I really got to have way more face-to-faces in your plan. I really do. I don't need you cold calling. I'm not telling you to call 100 people you don't know a week. You could do it. It works. But I just think there's ways that are more natural, that are more fun. And I just think we got to pound the database a lot more. Questions for me before we wrap up? Sweet. Our next event, we're having a realtor speak. I want to make sure you guys invite all your realtors. Lauren's having one of her realtors speak who's really, really good. Anything you want to tell us about their qualifications, Lauren?
Are you referring to Danielle?
Yeah.
Yeah, Danielle Philpott, she's an agent here at DC Real Estate. She is one of the best things that she does in her business is branding and her ability to market homes both on social media and in all of your different area, Zillow, Redfin, things like that. And she's going to come on and talk about personal brand using AI, as well as just client care. So she's great.
Awesome. We take better care of people, we get more business. You guys go out and call some more people, get in front of more people, fill up your greatness trackers. See you later. Bye.